I'm Nate. Today let's look at The Acolyte Season 1, Episode 3, Destiny. In this episode, we go back 16 years to Brendok, where Osha and Mae are to be initiated into the all-female coven which their mother leads. Written by Jasmine Flournoy and Eileen Shim, Episode 3 was released on June 11, 2024 on Disney+. The episode takes entirely on Brendok, where we meet Osha and Mae as children. The main thing that we learn here is that Osha wants to be independent from her sister Mae and live her own life, while Mae has fully embraced the philosophy of the lesbian witch coven that they were born into. This episode is a dumpster fire in screenwriting, plot, and character development. The lesbian witch coven arouses imagery of the 1993 Branch Davidian assault in Waco, Texas, or any polygamous society hiding in the hill country nearest to you. All the members of the coven are described as outcasts, and only the leader and her lover get to have a romantic relationship that produces children. David Koresh of the Branch Davidians famously required that he have access to sex with any woman, single or married, that he chose, even taking some of them as brides. Cult leaders are often mentally unstable, narcissistic, and oppressive. Osha's and Mae's mothers are exactly this. They are the center of the coven as well as its spiritual leaders, yet their reason for developing the coven lacks a relatable justification. They say that they are outcasts, but they are so crazy that I'd cast them out as well. There needs to be something more. David Koresh felt called by God. It was a false claim and completely ridiculous, but anyone who practices faith can understand the concept of being called by God. We can think Koresh is a lunatic, but we can relate to his motivation. So when the ATF breached the door of his cult's compound, it was easy for many people of faith to wonder how the government viewed normal Christians. When Mae starts the fire, it really starts to appear similar to the 1993 Waco standoff between the Branch Davidians and the ATF. This is not good for the story arc of the series. Without the empathy from the audience, it makes the coven look like a bunch of kooks who needed to die in order for Osha and Mae to be saved. In the 1993 Waco standoff, the ATF also had its motivation, which was also relatable. So in the end, it was tragic on both ends. In this episode, the Jedi come across as creepy interlopers who show up to take away the Coven's children. But the Coven is really crazy and the children really need to be taken away. Worst of all, the constant fighting between Mae and Osha throughout the episode is so annoying that it makes me unsympathetic to them. I wish they would just kill everyone off and finish the season. The episode seems to think that it's witty and mysterious, but is downright creepy and confusing, and makes it difficult to continue with the series. If anything, this episode is an indictment on the writing and producing team. It tells me that they are just as confused about who they are as the series is. It's not just bad writing, it's writing by people who are confused about themselves to the point that they can't see the world for what it is. And I don't mean sexually, I mean confused in general. They're grasping for a rope, or should I say a thread, of reality to lead them out of the fog of war known as life. And like the lesbian witch covenant they're writing about, they think they are outcasts, but the ones who actually cast them out were themselves. They need Jesus, just as much as the women in the coven need the Force. I wish that I could say that the Jedi will most likely be revealed to have contributed to the fire and possibly are the ones that killed the women in the coven. But so far, the foreshadowing cues that the writing team seemed to give in the previous two episodes were bogus. Nothing makes sense as the story just moves on to the next thing. My bet is that the cause of the fire and the destruction of the lesbian witch coven is just as lame as it appears to be. On social media, Leslie Headland reported that Dave Filoni became a mentor to her during the writing phase and gave her the idea for the lesbian witch coven over the Night Sisters. Anyone with any sense would have known that he wasn't mentoring her. He was protecting his brand because he doesn't trust her. Overall, this series needs to be grounded with some logical storytelling. There are so many other things going on in the episode as well that it's just a cacophony of dysfunction. Let me know what you all think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and if you like the content and a deeper discussion into the themes found in Star Wars, please hit the like button and subscribe to keep me in your feed.